They're going to do it. Those memos reportedly detail allegations that Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein suggested secretly recording President Trump. Also today, new reaction to a congressional interview of former top FBI lawyer James Baker, Republican Mark Meadows and Jim Jordan, telling Fox News that his testimony is the most explosive to date. Watch this.
Some of the things that were shared were explosive in nature. I mean, I couldn't believe that I was hearing some of the testimony that here in the United States that the DOJ and FBI were involved with.
During the time prior to the election, there was another source giving information directly to the FBI, which we found the source to be pretty explosive.
Excuse me? Sources familiar with the congressional investigation tell Fox News that that unknown source was a lawyer for the DNC and the Clinton campaign. James Baker reportedly telling investigators that lawyer Michael Sussman initiated contact with Baker and provided documents and electronic media on Russian hacking. Sussman, a partner in the D.C. law firm that commissioned the Trump dossier. Tucker, were you able to follow the ins and outs of that?
This is the worst system ever devised, where a small group of people nobody trusts are the only ones with access to the primary documents, as you pointed out at the beginning of the show. Then they go on television and characterize them for the rest of us. None of us believe what anybody's saying. The rest of us get completely distrustful and paranoid, not just of our government, but of each other. It's totally corrosive. When I was a kid, people used to quote Justice Brandeis, "Sunlight is the best disinfectant," and liberals would sort of nod and be like, "That's absolutely right." Now you're watching reporters on TV argue out loud that the public has a right to know basically nothing about their government. Information should be withheld from them. The only way to fix this is for some brave member of Congress to stand up and say, you know what, send me to jail, but here's the actual document. I'm putting it on Twitter. I'm reading it into a camera right now, and let the rest of us judge for ourselves.
Didn't Cory Booker try that or claim he did, right?
But once he turned... Right. Except what he told us was
already
nothing.
out, exactly, and nothing.
Give us, why doesn't someone read the FICE report into a camera?
I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, you said exactly what I wanted to say, and it's been frustrating me because people are paranoid because we don't know, and nobody trusts what anybody says. And if we don't have the cold hard facts in front of us on a piece of paper that we can read ourselves without a middleman, we're never going to believe anything.
Well, and it's not even just that nobody trusts what anybody says. It's the perception by the public that maybe they don't care as much as citizens do. Maybe it has nothing to do with the wider public, and it's the secret keeping that just keeps them where they are. I mean, I think that people worry about that too. Like, where is their voice in all of this?
Well, so what Tucker is saying is we need a real Spartacus instead of someone who releases documents that were already cleared for release and then claims they're Spartacus. But I will say Lindsey Graham is Spartacus, but what I think is dangerous is the fact that regardless if what Rod Rosenstein said was a joke or not, that it could be believed. And it's dangerous because we know that Obama's FBI opened a counterintelligence investigation into the opposing party, into Donald Trump's campaign, a surveillance warrant against Carter Page, who still to this day has not been charged with any wrongdoing. We have an FBI where there's been, clearly biased text messages and probably biased behavior that took place as well. And so I think we've reached this really dangerous point of regardless if he was joking or not, it could be believed.
It could be believed, it could be repeated, which was problematic for him apparently.
And I mean, this idea that now there is another source, now there is another person that was going back and was providing intelligence, another spy, another person that was in there, somebody we haven't even heard about. When do we actually get this whole story? I mean, that's been, Tucker, do you think we ever actually get the whole story of what went on in this period of time?
Nothing is hidden forever, and the people hiding it right now should remember that. I mean, at some point, everything is, I know it sounds like a metaphysical point, and it is, but it's also a practical point. Like, you can't hide stuff forever. And they shouldn't bother. It's actually hurting the country in a real way. That's not a partisan observation. It's a fact. Do you trust your government more or less than you did 2 years ago? Way less. Everyone feels that way on all sides.
So, but isn't it a little odd, though, that conveniently now, or maybe inconveniently now, Democrats are doubting the FBI?
The shoe is now on the other foot, and that's why people don't trust politicians, because they make facts convenient for them.
Okay. New Fox polls showing new concerns for Democrats, one big factor that could be driving this ahead.